Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I'm your co-host, and let me tell you, we're diving into something absolutely crucial today. We're tackling the essential vocabulary of life's biggest milestones: birth, marriage, and, well, death. Exactly. I'm your other co-host, and look, we all know these concepts, right? But the tricky part, and this is where so many people slip up, is the grammar. Using the wrong phrasing during these super sensitive, emotional moments. Yeah, that's a recipe for some serious awkwardness. Oh, for sure. We use these terms literally every single day, so let's make sure we're totally locking down the right way to use them. Okay, here's our quick roadmap for this explainer. First up, talking about birth. Then we'll navigate marriage and relationships. And finally, we'll go over discussing death properly. Let's get right into it. Section 1, talking about birth, starting right at the very beginning. So check this out. Just the other day, I was telling someone, hey, my friend Anna got a baby. Pretty exciting, right?
Well, the event is definitely exciting, but your phrasing, not so much. We actually never use the verb got when we're talking about birth in English.
Wait, seriously? Never?
Nope. The correct set phrase is had a baby. You always have a baby. So it's absolutely Anna had a baby, not Anna got a baby.
Ah, okay, that makes total sense. Having a baby. Got it. Or, well, I guess I should say, have it. Okay, so let me try this again. The baby is here now, so I'd say, he is born, right?
Close, but actually, no. This is such a huge trap. He is born, or even just he born, are totally incorrect. Why? Because birth is an event that happened in the past. It's over.
Oh, right, because it already happened.
Exactly. So we always use the past tense structure here. He was born, or she was born.
Okay, was born. Perfect. So putting it all together, Anna had a baby, and the baby was born. Easy enough? Moving right along to Section 2, marriage and relationships, navigating partnerships. So as we grow up, our relationship statuses obviously evolve. We all start at the exact same baseline: single. If you do not have a partner, you are single. It's that initial stage before entering any kind of legal partnership. Right, and then moving that timeline forward, a lot of people reach married. If you have a husband or wife, you are married.
Let's ground this with a textbook example, just to make it super clear. Imagine a couple named Harry and Sarah.
Yeah, so looking at our source text, Harry and Sarah got married in 2001. And they stayed together, meaning they were married for 15 years. It's that classic timeline from single straight through to married. And honestly, you really can't talk about marriage without talking about the big celebration itself. First off, you have the bride. And remember, this specifically means the woman on her wedding day. Not weeks before, not after. Literally on the day.
Yep, and the exact same rule applies to the groom, sometimes called the bridegroom. That's the specific word for the man on his wedding day.
And then comes the absolute best part, the honeymoon. That post-wedding holiday. Like our friends Harry and Sarah from the text, they went on this amazing honeymoon to Italy. So summing up their big day, I'd say Sarah got married with Harry.
Oh, hold on a second. I gotta stop you right there. This is a massive pitfall for so many people. We actually don't use the word with in this context at all.
Really? But with sounds so natural. They're doing it together.
I know, it totally seems like it should work, but it's a super common mix-up. In English, the correct preposition is always to. Sarah got married to Harry.
Married to. Wow. Okay, locking that in right now. Sarah got married to Harry. Now, we also have to acknowledge the reality that not every marriage lasts forever. And when relationships break down, our vocabulary has to shift again.
Exactly. So if a marriage breaks up, the couple is separated. But if that marriage has officially, legally ended, the specific term is divorced. Nailing the precise legal terminology here is really important.
And that brings us to one final relationship status on our timeline. And it's a sad one: widowed. This is the term we use if your husband or wife dies.
Right. So going back to our example from the text, unfortunately, Harry became ill and passed away from a heart attack. Because Harry died, Sarah's legal relationship status would instantly change to widowed.
Which naturally and respectfully transitions us to our final section. Section 3, discussing death properly. Respectful vocabulary. This is obviously a deeply sensitive topic, which honestly makes using the correct, respectful vocabulary more important than ever. Following a death, families usually hold a formal event called a funeral. Generally, this refers to a religious service for a person who has died, giving friends and family a chance to gather and say goodbye.
And when we're reflecting on people's lives, especially when we're talking about historical figures, we use that complete birth and death structure we've been practicing today. Let's look at a few famous examples just to cement this.
Let's do it. So Christopher Columbus was born in 1451 and died in 1506.
Spot on. Next up, Leonardo da Vinci was born in 1452 and died in 1519. And finally, Princess Diana was born in 1961 and died in 1997. So it's always was born in for the birth year and died in for the year they passed.
Okay, I think I've totally got this. But I do have one last question about our earlier example with Harry. If I want to plainly state what happened, can I say Harry is died? Or maybe Harry is death?
I am so glad you brought that up, because it brings us to our absolute final grammatical hurdle for today. Both Harry is died and Harry is death are completely incorrect.
No way. Why?
It all boils down to the difference between an adjective and a verb. Dead is an adjective. It describes a state of being. But died is the past tense verb of an action. So your correct options are either Harry is dead, using the adjective, or Harry died, using the past tense verb. You just can't mix and match them.
Ah.
Harry is dead or Harry died. That clears up so much confusion.
And there you have it. That brings us to the end of our journey through the vocabulary of life. We've navigated everything from having a baby and being born, all the way through getting married to someone, and finally, the precise, respectful vocabulary of life's end.
We absolutely covered a ton of ground today, but look, we don't want you to just sit there and passively absorb this. We want you to actually use it. So here's our question for you. How would you describe the timeline of your own family tree?
Yeah, think about your parents, your grandparents. Challenge yourself right now to apply this exact vocabulary to your own family history. Ask yourself, when were they born? Who got married to whom, and in what exact year? Who is still living, and who has passed away?
It is such a powerful way to make this English vocabulary truly stick. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us for this explainer, and we will catch you next time as we keep breaking down the world around us.